Hello, Goodbye Dog by Maria Gina Ferrari. Lots of dog prints. Hello, goodbye dog. Hello, Moose, said Zara. There was nothing Moose loved more than hello. Hello was a ride in the car. Goodbye, Moose, said Zara. It's time for school. Moose put on her brakes. It took Mom and Dad to get Moose to leave. There was nothing Moose disliked more than goodbye. Goodbye was an itch that couldn't be scratched. When Mom checked the mailbox, out zoomed Moose. It was time to say hello. Two paws patted on the glass. Oh my, said Mrs. Perkins. It's my dog, Moose, said Zara. Hello, Moose, said the class. Hello was a pat on the head. Dogs aren't allowed in school, said Mrs. Perkins. Moose will be quiet, said Zara. She loves story time. Moose laid at Zara's feet as Mrs. Perkins read a story. Goodbye, Moose, said Zara. Moose put on her brakes. It took Mom, Dad, Zara, and Mrs. Perkins to get Moose to leave. Goodbye was being tied up in the backyard. Moose chewed through the rope. It was time to say hello. Hello, Moose, cried Zara. Hello was having a book and someone to read it to you. Dogs aren't allowed in the library, said Miss Chen. Moose will be quiet, said Zara. She likes it when I read to her. Zara read. Kids listened. Moose's tail swept circles on the rug. Goodbye, Moose, said Zara. Moose put on her brakes. It took Mom, Dad, Zara, Mrs. Perkins, and Miss Chen to get Moose to leave. Goodbye was closing a door. Moose pushed through the screen. It was time to say hello. Hello, Moose, said Zara. Hello smelled like homemade cookies. Dogs aren't allowed in the cafeteria, said one of the lunch ladies. She'll be quiet. I'll just read to her, said Zara. Zara read. One kid sat, then another, and another, until the table was full. Moose's tail thumped on the floor. What's that dog doing here? Said Principal Evans. It's time for goodbye, Moose, said Zara. But Moose was tired of goodbye. A game of tag was on. Principal Evans was it. Chairs tipped, kids slipped, teachers trapped, trays flipped, and Moose skipped right back to Zara. Then Moose got tagged. Goodbye, Moose, said Zara. It took Mom, Dad, Zara, Mrs. Perkins, Miss Chen, Principal Evans, and all the lunch ladies to get Moose to leave. Goodbye was Tag without an it. Goodbye was Tug with no war. Goodbye was Hide with no seek. Goodbye was being alone. Oh, yelled Moose. She needed to say hello, but Zara wasn't there. Hello, Moose, said Zara. I know you don't like goodbyes, and I have an idea. Zara took Moose to therapy dog school. Moose was tested on her temperament. Check on sitting, lying down, staying. Check on being with children. Check on being around wheelchairs. Double check. Finally, Moose was ready. The next day, Moose joined Zara in the classroom. Hello, Moose, said the class. Mrs. Perkins, Miss Chen, Principal Evans, and all the lunch ladies. Today was hello, and the sign said, welcome, class reading dog, Moose, and a certificate, therapy dog, school, graduate. So at our library, at one of the bigger branches, we have dogs that you can come and read to, just like these dogs. I don't know if you have that where you go to the library, August, but you might want to have Mom and Dad check it out, and you can read to a puppy. The end.